What up, gang? Today we're going to do a 10-minute core focused practice. We got Miles here to encourage us with his calmness as we move into some fire. So enough talking, let's do it. Okay, let's get into it. Please start on your back with your knees bent, placing your feet onto the ground. Enjoy this moment of rest. It will be one of the only ones you get for these 10 minutes. Try and feel how the floor is supporting you, your hips, your shoulders. We want as much support as we can get as we challenge the core here. So now place your hands to your hips, kind of where your hip creases are. So the thumbs are basically in line with your belly button, and then the 8 other digits face towards one another below your belly button. And pay attention to your breathing here, specifically when you're exhaling. So feel for the inhale kind of float into your hands. And slow down your exhales and feel how the waist cinches in. That's your core working on your exhales. So another inhale, feeling the rise. And an exhale to feel that hugging in. Stay dialed into this effort. Keep the hands in this position. And go ahead, float your heels off of the ground. The important thing here is to keep your knees at a 90-degree angle. So can you start to draw the navel towards the spine and start to feel for that cinching of the waist? And feel the low back onto the ground. And if you're arching your back a lot, think about sending your low back into the ground, a slight tuck of your tailbone up towards the ceiling, especially if you have a pretty arched back, okay? So already you're probably feeling this. This is good. To add a little bit of spice, keep the 90-degree angle at your knee, and then tap your right toes to the ground, and then bring it back to the starting position. Then tap your left toes to the ground, and back to the starting position. And you're just going to take these toe taps about 20 times. Keep sending the navel towards the spine. Keep sending your low back into the ground, and feel for the place underneath your hands as you cinch the waist in. For the final couple, if you want a little bit more, deeper angle here. So as your toes come down, they go longer towards the bottom of your mat here. That's going to make it a little bit harder on the core. Keep it steady. Let's just say 3, 2, 1, and then place the feet down for a few breaths. Hopefully you can feel some softening now. A little bit of release. A little bit of relief. Okay, again, float your heels off the ground, find this 90-degree angle. Keep your left leg where it is, and with your right knee, hug it in towards your armpit, and extend it back out. And hip flex, knee towards the armpit, and back out. And one more time, knee to the armpit, and back out. Then left side, left knee to left armpit, and back. 2 more times. So we're just not using the arms to do it, you're just using your hip flexor to do it. Okay, back to the center. Now with your knees, can you start to make little circles here? So imagine that the hips on the ground are the center of the circle, and your knees are just moving around that hip center. Maybe the knees can go in the same direction, or the opposite direction. Or what I like to do is one knee goes in one circle clockwise, one knee goes in the other circle counterclockwise. As you're doing this, maybe now the hands could extend long, palms face down to stabilize you. And can you keep your shins parallel to the ground? All right, place the feet down, push down and lift your hips up. And feel for a stretch in those hip flexors now, after working them. All right, bring the feet back down. Now you're going to put your hands on your thighs. Then you're going to lift your shoulders and your face and your head off of the ground. So already in this crunching position. Hands on the thighs, slide them up towards your knees, and back down to the starting position. Do this about 20 times, but keep your shoulders lifted the entire time. And so with the proper form and the proper technique, you'll find that you don't have to go too far to feel a lot here. Right? We're not throwing the body up, we're not using momentum, just the center. Feel the feet connect to the ground, navel to spine, keep your low back down. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release and soften. Hands on the low belly, take a few breaths. All right, let's change the angle of the work here. So knees into the chest, rock and roll up and down your spine a few times. That's core work too. A little sustain, yeah, you can do that. A little hang time. I think I found my thumbnail. Okay, cross your ankles, take your legs behind you, and let's take a tabletop pose. From your tabletop pose, tuck your toes, lift the knees off the ground. So we're going to add some mobility here. Most important part is to keep the knees the same height. Don't let the knees lift up and down. So stick your butt up, lift your chin up, arch your back, and as you exhale, curl, lift your belly up and in. Inhale, arching. Exhale, curling. A few more. Inhale, you should really feel that front body lit up to hold you. Exhale. Last 3, you've got it. Inhale. Exhale, 2 more. Imagine the wrist dragging back. Inhale, and the toes dragging forward. Exhale. Last one. In and out. All right, good. Place the knees down. Lay down onto your belly, but stay on your forearms. So Sphinx Pose is a great way to stretch out the core here. A few moments here. And it's a safe one too because you've got the ground there. So it's not gonna, you're not in danger of going too far because the floor is gonna stabilize you. Keep pushing down into your forearms, lift your chest up. Good work, Miles. He's sleeping. All right, let's find plank pose. So put your hands under your elbows, lift the arms straight, lift your knees off the ground. If you need to drop your knees down, you can work there too. That's a good starting point. But from this plank position, let's bring the right toes an inch off the floor and then put the right toes back down. Lift the left toes an inch off the floor and place them back down. Do this a few times. Slow, controlled, not dramatic, but incredibly rich movements here. That's the name of the game. Notice if you're cranking your neck, keep the sides of the neck long. Soften your jaw so your core can do the work. Back to the center, and then bring your heels off to the right. Back to the center, heels off to the left. Back to the center. Heels right and a hip dip. Lift the hips back to the center. Heels to the left, hip dip. Bring it back to the center and lift. One more time. Heels right, hip dip. Lift and back to the center. Heels left, hip dip. Back to the center. Knees down, butt to heels. Take your hands behind you. Stretch your knuckles back. Lift and open the front of your body. Right, the shoulders, the front have to stabilize a lot in your plank. So let's let them stretch for a moment. Last little bit, let's get the heartbeat up. So plank pose, you got it. And we're gonna find these mountain climbers. So right knee to right armpit, and then back to plank. Left knee to left armpit, back to plank, and then pick up the pace. All right, 40 seconds on the clock. Stay with it. Maybe you go a little faster, maybe you have to go slower. Maybe the knee drops down and you go like this. It's all good, but can the shoulders stay steady and support you? You've got about 15 seconds left, so really give it all you've got. We've got a nice Shavasana coming afterwards. Keep pushing down into the palms, navel to spine, knee to opposite elbow. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. And place your hips back over your shoulders. Interlace the fingers, stretch back, open up the front body. And then take that grip over to the right hip. Bring the right ear to the right shoulder. And feel for that stretch all along the left side body. And then switch it up. Bring the grip over to the left hip, left ear to left shoulder, right side stretching. All right, good. So cross your ankles, lay down onto your back. Bend both knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Keep the right leg in, extend your left leg out. So squeezing the knee to the armpit, bending the elbows a little. And then right leg long, bend your left leg up and in, get your grip. Knee towards the armpit, squeeze. Sides of the neck long, back of the neck long. Just feeding in some stretch and some relaxation now after that. Hurrah! Gripping, heroically gripping. And the left leg goes long. Take a few moments here, Shavasana. So hopefully those were some different, unexpected exercises to light up your awareness around the core. The core, so valuable here, so valuable in keeping us safe in our practice. So if you have a little bit longer to linger. And if you want some more practice, there's more videos in the channel for you to enjoy. So if this is helpful, please remember to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on the mat soon. Peace out. From him too. He told me to tell you.